Hot off the press, Sigma announces the 10 to 18 millimeter DCDN for Canon RF mount. In case you missed it, Sigma just announced that they are bringing the 10 to 18 millimeter f2.8 to the Canon RF mount. Now this is a crop sensor lens, and they have put out this lens for other systems prior. I actually reviewed this lens earlier this year, and because I only had a Canon RF camera for a couple hours to test out this lens, you're gonna see some shots with the Canon RP, but I'm gonna include some footage and photos from my previous review. So with that being said, I do want to get this disclaimer out of the way. Sigma did send me the 10 to 18 to test out, but as always, they're not requiring us to say anything specifically, and so you are going to get my full and honest opinion. So with that, let's go in and talk about this lens, talking first about the image quality of the lens. If you're a fan of wide angle lenses, this lens is absolutely one to consider. You do have a focal range of 10 millimeters all the way up to 18 millimeters, and it is a constant f2.8. The minimum focusing distance of this lens is amazing, and it does have pretty decent focus breathing control, as well as some of the other things you've come to expect from Sigma, which is decent chromatic aberration control, as well as flaring and ghosting control. Now, the thing you do want to consider with this lens, like I said before, it is a crop sensor lens, and so it may be perfect if you use a Red Komodo or Komodo X, or potentially any of the Canon crop sensor cameras. This lens would be perfect in those scenarios, but it is something you do want to keep in mind. It is not a full frame lens. And so overall, I've always liked the image quality of this lens, and so with that, let's go in and talk about the build features of this lens. This lens is in Sigma's contemporary lineup, and so you are going to get a focus ring and a zoom ring, and the barrel does extend when you do zoom in or zoom out. The lens is made up of a high-grade plastic and is relatively small, and so you're getting a super compact and lightweight lens. Again, perfect for smaller cameras if you're trying to reduce your overall footprint with wide angle filming or photography. The lens is dust and splash resistant, but outside of that, that is really all to mention with the physical build of this lens. And so with that, let's get into talking about who this lens is for. I'm excited that Sigma is starting to roll out lenses for the RF mount. Now with these being crop sensor lenses, again, it's great for maybe Komodo or Komodo X users, or people that are using Canon's crop sensor cameras. And so if that's you and you're looking for a really good wide angle lens at a relatively low budget and is small and compact, then I would definitely consider the Sigma 10 to 18 millimeter f2.8 DCDN. And so that's it for me. If you do have any questions about this lens, let me know in the comments below or reach out to me on Instagram and we can start a conversation there. As always, thank you for joining. Go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Peace.